What's good, everyone? Jets takeoff. The Falcons are playing the Jets in London. This is a huge game, okay? The Jets are coming off a huge victory, and the Falcons are coming off a tough loss. There's actually some key details about this game. There's a lot of injuries for the Atlanta Falcons and the New York Jets. I want to talk about how much this game means to us and what we have to do, some players to look out for. So first of all, I think the New York Jets must win this game if we want the season to have some type of hope and meaningful games in November and December. The thing is, this is one of our most beatable opponents. They're a rebuilding team similar to us, although they do have some more older established pieces. The thing is, this team can be beaten, and especially with the injuries, because Calvin Ridley, their best wide receiver, a top receiver in the NFL, is not playing. So that is humongous. And to add on to that, Russell Gage, a quality receiver, he's not great by any means, but he's still a good reliable guy for Matt Ryan. He's not playing either. And their starting safety, Eric Harris, he is doubtful to play. So there are a lot of key injuries for this Atlanta Falcons team that make it easier for the Jets to potentially win in London. To add on to that more, the Falcons are already mismatched with us because their offensive line has been the struggle of that team for the past few years. I mean, Matt Ryan, he's not terrible, but his offensive line, it's not good, and it doesn't help him out. It's why they finished like 4-12, and they've been pretty terrible ever since 2017. So our D-line, oh my god, they should be eating up. I expect to see the same amount of pressures as last week because I think the Falcons' offensive line is worse. Even though they've tried to rebuild it, under Matt Ryan, it simply just is not good enough. He's solely in the pocket. He can't move around and do anything else. So I expect the D-line to be a huge factor. And if we want to win this game, we need to have guys like Bryce Huff keep on doing what they're doing. John Franklin Myers, who just got extended, by the way, we need him to do his thing. And same with Quinnen Williams. The interior of their offensive line is really the weak point. So hopefully Quinnen and Foley Fadukasi and Sheldon Rankins, I expect them all to have a lot of pressure generated on the Falcons. And because of that, I think they're going to attack us with more of a short passing game. And a weapon that I think they're really going to hone in on is Kyle Pitts. He is a mismatch. I'm just going to be honest, as much as I love CJ Mosley and Quincy Williams, if any of them are matched up on Kyle Pitts will be winning those matchups. It's simple. He's an athletic freak. He's like 6'7". He's the longest wingspan in the NFL. He is crazy, crazy talented, and they haven't really used him as much in the offense as maybe a lot of people think they should have. So I think this is going to be the week where they are really going to use Kyle Pitts. Therefore, we might have to put extra attention on him, whether that's even moving a cornerback to go guard him like Bryce Hall. I think that might have to be what's done. And we also have to look out for Cordero Patterson, a guy who's been a high-impact player for their offense. Luckily for me, I picked him up in fantasy, but I hope he doesn't do good this week. I'm not going to start him because I don't start many fantasy players against my team, except for Kyle Pitts, because I think he really is a mismatch. So the defense, I expect them to hold the Atlanta Falcons to under 14 points. I really do. With Calvin Ridley and Russell Gage out, it really, really gives us a better chance of winning. Now for us, I think offensively, I think we will be able to score some points. I mean, the Washington football team, a team that is inconsistent quarterback, Taylor Heineke, he had a great game against them last week. They have flaws in their defense. Yes, AJ Terrell, he's a guy that's really stepped up this season. If you look at the numbers, he is on his way to becoming one of the better corners in the NFL if he keeps trending upwards in his development. So Corey Davis, I don't expect him to be as much of a factor in this game as he was last week against the Titans. But I think that opens up the door more for Jamison Crowder, a guy in the slot, a guy who's so consistent and reliable. I mean, Jamison Crowder is the guy we need on this team. I'm glad we didn't cut him because I think Zach Wilson's life would be a lot harder without him. Without a seasoned veteran receiver who can find the soft spots, who can get open consistently, and is a great team leader. So I expect Jamison Crowder to be heavily involved. And that is kind of what I think. I mean, running the football might be more of a challenge just because the Falcons' interior defensive line is not too terrible. Grady Jarrett's been very good his entire career. One of the better interior defensive linemen in the entire league. So, other than that, what else do I want to see? I want to see Zach Wilson continue good plays. This week, I don't want to see any turnovers from him. None. And I know that might be a lot to ask for, but I think it is reasonable. I don't think the Falcons' defense is really necessarily as big of a challenge. Because even though Tennessee was out some bodies last week, they still have quality guys on there. I mean, Harold Landry, he was a factor in that game, believe it or not. He's a great player, but this week against the Falcons, Zach Wilson, I don't want to see him forcing any throws that aren't there. Just take what the defense gives you, and there should be a lot for the defense is giving the Jets, just because their defense is really not too good, so I don't want to see him forcing tight contested balls unless it's perfectly placed. And I also want to see him improve on some of the easier passes, like the out route, the missed out route to Corey Davis on 3rd and 10. That's a throw Zach Wilson makes in his sleep. I don't know why he missed there. That was his bread and butter in college, in my opinion, even more than just being a playmaker and scrambling at the pocket and making a bomb downfield. I thought the best part of his game was his out routes. He has enough zip. He has the anticipation to make those throws, so I want to see that fixed in this week's game. And that's pretty much it. I really do think this is a very winnable game. If we lose, I will be disappointed. This is a must-win game if we want to have a meaningful season and not just have it end in late October and then us just rooting for Zach Wilson's development. No. We have to win this game if we want any fight. And the thing is, we have 3 teams in our own conference that are 1-3. It's the Jets, it's the Dolphins, and it's the Patriots. So if we can get a win, that would be absolutely massive. You guys don't understand. This is a very big game with considerable implications, and especially considering we have the bye week after this too. But it is in London, so it is still going to be relatively tough. But I'm so excited to wake up at 6 a.m. tomorrow because I'm on the West Coast, and game time's at 6:30 tomorrow. I hope you guys will enjoy that game. And let's just build on the progress, man. Let's keep it going. Hopefully Mike LaFleur continues his improvements, because I thought he was a little bit shaky in the first half versus the Tennessee Titans, but in the second half he really did step it up. And although Zach Wilson rolling out and playmaking downfield, that was not Mike LaFleur's play call. That was Zach Wilson taking it to another level, but he still put Mike LaFleur, he still put us in situations to move down the field. He was calling good plays that are getting us first downs, and we kept on moving. So hopefully that continues. I'm so excited for this game. So let me know what you Jets fans think about this one. Who do you have winning? What's the score? Any other players you want to see specifically in this game? I'm very excited to see John Franklin Myers and Bryce Huff, especially just because they had phenomenal games last week if you look at the stats. So that's all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.